Our next problem deals with characteristics of people's apartments, and as we're going to investigate apartment number 8, we see that there are 8 altogether different 8 apartments here, and each apartment has an owner, Gais, Klepp, Main, Dam, Goose, Barm, Dam, and Metz, and there is a certain area of square meters for that apartment, and there is a certain number of people living in that apartment. The names for the blocks are given like this. This is number, this is owner, up here on the left. This is area, again given with an extra row. This is people. And also, the entire table has been named like this, apartments. Notice that it's a bit different. The name has been given with the upper header included and the extra row as well. So what we're kind of trying to do is play around with different ways, different styles for giving the names, so that perhaps you'll choose the best or the most convenient for you. Now, we have apartment number 8, and we want to know who's the owner of that apartment. So this again boils down to just writing an index function equals index, parentheses, and now the block is called, and the block was called owner, semicolon C2, and it takes the second owner out. So the owner of the second apartment is, eighth apartment is Metz. So once again, we're benefiting from the fact that if it's the 8th apartment, it's on the 8th row of owners. So it's kind of like such a apartment complex which just simply has apartments numbered, as opposed to, let's say, some office buildings which, in case of which the number starts with the floor number. So it's 101, 201, 202, and so forth. Now, when we want to know how many people live in that apartment, we write equals index, parentheses, people is the block's name, semicolon, again C2, and we will have that in the 8th apartment we got 5 people living. Okay. Now we're interested in the area. It's again an index function, so we write equals index, parentheses begin, and we want the block area. We want to go in there and take the 8th row out, which is in C2, number 8, and we get that the area is 82,4 square meters. But now to do it a little bit differently, namely, what if we wanted to write this formula in such a way that we would take the entire table, remember that it was called apartments, the entire table, and take it out from there. So just to access index with both row and column numbers that we haven't done so far. So it's equals index, parentheses begin, and the block's name is now apartments. And now we need to write down a row number. So we put down semicolon, and let's put down C2 again. So we're taking it from the 8th row, and the owners were in the 2nd column. So we write semicolon 2. Okay, now something went wrong. It doesn't show S Metz, but rather it shows V Tam. So a closer inspection will reveal that what is wrong. Namely, when we take the block apartments, it was given by including the extra row at the end and the header up there. But the inclusion of header meant that, remember, the first apartment is now on the 2nd row, and the second apartment now is on the 3rd row. So what we need to do is we need to always add 1 in here. So the second apartment is in the third row, which means that we need to add 1 in here. The 8th apartment is on the 9th row. Okay, so let's write C2 plus 1. And let's do it one more time for people. Index, the block's name is apartments. And we are going, people are in the 4th column. Sorry, the row number comes first, so that's something we didn't emphasize. If we have both row and column number, we need to put the row number first. So it's again C2 plus 1 and semicolon 4. And here it is, the correct number of people for that apartment appears. And lastly, the area, which is index, parentheses begin, the block is apartments. And we're accessing the row, which is determined by C2 plus 1. And semicolon, the column for areas is the third one.